welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Downtown Kato Paphos. That's where we are. Let's go and have a quick look and see what's going on in the downtown Kato Paphos harbour area. I tell you what, it's a spectacality of a day indeed. That sky, it's blue. That sea, I promise you, when you get there, it's going to blow your mind away. Oh my God, it's looking blue today. Mr. Paul, guess what? He's dressed head to toe in blue. So that must mean all it's missing is you. So come on, get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy. Because Paphos, Cyprus, Marika and me, oh yeah, we're waiting. We really, really are waiting, especially for you. This is the downtown Kato Paphos harbour roundabout, and this is the downtown Kato Paphos harbour area. So big shout out to some of the guys who are in town at the moment. Sir Jamie, he's here with his family, and we had the great honour to do a walk in the harbour with the little superstar who's going to grow up into a real legend on YouTube. There's no doubt about that. Princess Scarlett, we're looking forward to seeing you again very, very soon indeed. And don't forget to bring your little brother. Yes, that little gangster Jensen. Yeah. Big shout out to Lady Cat. Thank you very, very much for allowing us to take her on that little walk. There was dancing, there was prancing, there was wall walking. And on top of all that, there was a lot of fun and games. And thank you for joining us in the Kato Paphos harbour in the Pelican restaurant. Thank you to Lady Heather. Thank you to Sir Steve. You see, yes, your flight was cancelled, but you got to spend another night in downtown paradise. And of course, we got the pleasure of your company again. I'm looking forward to seeing you when you come back in November. Yeah, and this time you'll be a bit closer. You'll be staying in the King Elephant Hotel. That's the King Elephant Hotel, by the way. But my pronunciation, of course, is, well, Sherlock Holmes, shall we say. Big shout out to all of the guys that have come from the Travel Trolls TV. Thank you very, very much indeed. And hopefully we can keep you guys entertained. And perhaps you'd just like to feast your eyes and digest upon that, which of course is the beauty and the spectacality. This is the brand new sunset viewing point, by the way. It's midday. If you want to know what temperature is, 36 degrees. That's why there's not many people sitting there. So let's go and have a quick look around and see what's going on. Now we have to do like a 12-point turn, by the way, because we are in a Jaguar XJL. But luckily, the steering is very, very light indeed. Let me select gear. It's got these rotary dials, if you understand me, which is a good idea and a bad idea at the same time, by the way. I'm not sure if I actually like it. There's the sensors going off. Then we're going to have to go around again, and then we're going to have to go to reverse again. We're on full lock, by the way, and there's these little metal poles and concrete poles everywhere. Concrete in front of us and metal behind us. Anyway, here we go. This, by the way, for information, if the main car park on the harbour is full, you can come round back of the harbour restaurant, and this is a massive car parking, and again it's free of charge. See, now and again, if you come to the little channel known as Marika and me, you will get that little bit of information. It's not always just prancing and dancing and those kinds of things. We do try our very, very best to keep you entertained and to give you information. So there's some angle grinding going on there. Someone's cutting and chopping away at something. What are you doing? I don't know. Perhaps making a special parking space for Mr. Paul. You never know. Because this car is big. There's no doubt about that. But luckily for me, I do like a big, lazy saloon. So this is a Jaguar XJL, if you are curious to know what it is. 3 litre diesel. It's pretty quick, but I drive very, very slowly, to be honest. So don't worry. If you see me coming along the road and you want to step out, you feel free. And I promise not to run over you. Downtown Kato Paphos on a spectacality of an afternoon indeed. But as you can see, there's not many people about. It's just too hot. And it is lunchtime as well. So lots of people have gone back to their hotels, gone back to their resorts, or perhaps they're all sitting in the restaurants in the harbour and on the promenade, supping on a pint or two, and of course looking out into the blue Mediterranean Sea, because they understand that it's a spectacality of a day indeed. I'd also like to do a massive shout out to Lady Lillian, and of course the man of her dreams. He is a legend and he is a superstar, and he likes a Jaguar too as well. So a big shout out to Sir Frank. And of course we're looking forward to seeing you very soon indeed. We're going to pull up a chair, we're going to sit down, and we're going to chew the fat, that's for sure. Let's take a right and let's head into the rear streets of the promenade to give you a bearing. If you go left there, by the way, you go up to the Kato Paphos Mall. If you're on foot, take you 10 to 15 minutes. Please be very careful at this time of year. It is very hot indeed, so perhaps make sure you've got a bottle of water with you, or a can of Coke, something. Water's the best. Obviously Coke doesn't really hydrate you. You might like it, like I do, but it doesn't actually hydrate you, does it? So here we are. M Boutique Hotel is on the left hand side. Just over there is the Light Out Complex. You've got a Tattoo Mania, you've got a Sandwich Cafe. There's all sorts going on in downtown Kato Paphos, by the way. And there's still improvements going on, but all the improvements that apply to most people that are coming here perhaps for a weekend or a fortnight aren't done. All the pavements now are guarded by these metal posts, so unfortunately people like me cannot park on those pavements, so you can wander around quite freely. But it does cause problems because, of course, the delivery lorries and vans are having trouble, aren't they? But there you go. I suppose that's their problem, not your problem, and not my problem. These guys have got us as a zebra crossing there. Of course, I will stop for them. There we go. Let's let them go. They're now pontificated. Clever girl, you say, she's got herself an umbrella. They're not just used for rain, are they? No, you can use them to shield yourself from the sun as well. So perhaps pop a little fold-down umbrella into your luggage and perhaps carry it around with you, especially at this time of year. And it's going to get hotter and hotter. Now I understand that most people getting on a big bird or that canoe are coming for the holiday of a lifetime, and they want to go back with that spectacality of a suntan indeed. But remember, be very careful when you go out, especially at midday. It cools off. It cools right off at around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, so don't worry. And then, of course, you could start your ascent into the downtown Kato Paphos Promenade and Harbour area where we've just come from. This is the Hotels Road, by the way, past Adonis Avenue. Annabelle Hotel is on the right-hand side. 1 or 2 bars and restaurants, gift shops. Perhaps if you want that extra sun protection, there's the shops there selling very high sun protection. And of course, you've got Littleys with them. Please be very careful and make sure you get the highest factor on them and keep putting it on them, because of course they're in and out the pools and all those kind of things, aren't they? We don't want any of our superstars coming down with sunstroke or that kind of thing. Wouldn't wish it on anyone. I remember when I was a young boy, we went out on like a catamaran out in Agame, which is a place up from Alexandria in Egypt, and of course an idiot as I was then and still am, and a couple of our friends were with us. No suntan lotion. We had a fabulous day, by the way, absolutely fabulous day. But when we came back and came into shore at about 5 o'clock-ish or so, then it was time for a barbecue. And I tell you what, at about 6 o'clock, me and 2 of my friends were, well, in agony is the word, shall we say. We were in downtown Agame, and we were literally in agony in downtown Alexandria, Egypt, which is not far away, just over the blue Mediterranean Sea. By the way, lots of people have been to Egypt, and of course they go and stay in Sharm el-Sheikh and those kind of places, don't they? But in the early days, we lived in Alexandria, and I think it was about 6 years. I was there about 6 years. So speak a little bit of the old Arabic. Bikalam Arabi? Well, maybe not. Aywa. So right, here we are. What's coming up? Well, on the left hand side is the Soho Resort. That's the brand new tower. They're going to build another one right next door to it, by the way, so there'll be building going on behind those placards very soon indeed. And of course, if you want a great view, well, that could be the apartment complex for you, but the problem is you're going to need about €1.5 million or more. Now I understand lots of people have got that as chump change, so perhaps they've sold them all, but unfortunately I haven't got quite that much money. So on that note, what you see, hit the like, click and subscribe. Please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels in and around Paphos, in particular Kato Paphos, because that's the main event, and that's what most people are interested in if they're coming to Paphos for a week, a fortnight, or perhaps even the rest of their lives. Olympic Lagoon, by the way, that's on the right hand side. Let's let this lady go, we may as well. There we go. Got to thank you, that's all it's about, isn't it? If someone thanks you, it's very, very nice indeed. You should always be courteous when you're driving around. You know, if it's piddling down with rain, you should be courteous and perhaps not drive through a puddle. And if it's very, very hot, again, be courteous. You're probably sitting in an air-conditioned car, so let these people get across the road and get back into that shade or that kind of thing. Because sometimes when it's very, very hot, isn't it, your mind can go adrift. I mean, my mind is always adrift, by the way. As my father used to say, you've got many, many problems. Yes, more problems than most people. But luckily, I managed to manage them quite well. If you're looking for us, don't forget, we're in the Kato Paphos harbour most evenings in the Pelican restaurant, but we're always there on a Friday and a Saturday. So if you are making, shall we say, that special trip, and we do thank you for that, and you want to see myself and, of course, the most beautiful woman in the world, that's Massage Brasilia, both Friday and Saturday. We'll always be there from around about 8ish, and we'll be there until they chuck us out. So if you see us and you want to come and say a big hello, please do. If you want to come and sit down, have a drink and have a chat, please do. And if we are with someone else, don't even think that you would be rude. You come over and say a big hello, pull up a chair, and we'll all get on like a house on fire. But hopefully without the fire, should we say, because we don't want any fires in Cyprus at this time of year, because they are quite common. So again, if you are out and about in a hire car, that kind of thing, I like to tonk on a Romeo and Juliet cigar. Don't chuck it out the window, shall we say, because you could create the biggest fire in the world. The grass, well, we don't have much grass, but it's all dried out, if you understand me. So please try and be very, very careful. And most people who come here on holiday are obviously ultra careful and ultra cautious and look after the environment around them. Unfortunately, it's us locals that normally cause all the problems, like parking on pavements and all those kind of things, and running you over. But I promise, I will not run you over. I do promise. If you see a black Jaguar coming towards you, no matter what you're doing, I will always stop. That was a big pothole, wasn't it? Anyway, big shout out to some of the guys that like to come and watch the show now and again. Lord Lee in downtown South Wales, big shout out to your girl, the honeymoon girl, of course, Lady Vicky. Big shout out to those two princesses, Princess Kelly and of course Princess Layla. Your birthday, Lord Lee, is getting closer and closer and closer, and of course soon you'll be getting on a big bird and jetting into Marika and booking into downtown Ayia Napa, and of course we'll be getting into the Big Cat and blasting down the highway to come and see you, and we'll spend a couple of nights there and we'll party the nights away. And of course when you come back in November, there will be a black Jaguar waiting at the front entrance of Paphos International Airport, especially for you, and of course your beauty and our girl, Lady Vicky. Let's keep going a little bit. I'm going to take you to Rikkos Beach, and you're going to get a view that is quite simply to die for. So don't click off just yet. And I'd like to say another massive thank you to Travel Trolls TV. Of course, that's Dan and Macy. Thank you very, very much for accosting us. You didn't have to do that. Thank you for giving us that boost with our channel, and we do thank all of the people that have come over and subscribed to our channel. As time goes on, we will get to know each other that a little bit better. There's an awful lot of comments for me to answer at the moment, so what I'm going to say to you all is, our family members and our new family members, all you've got to do is tickle me that little bit and you will get a reply. And if I like it a lot, you're going to get a special title. Just like, of course, our superstar, there is another Baron on the channel, and that is Baron Dan, and of course that must mean Macy is a Baroness. Thank you very, very much indeed. We perhaps may never see each other again, but I see you as our friends for life, and the same with all of the family members that we already have, and of course the new ones that have joined us, whether they come via Marika and me or Travel Trolls TV. We thank you all, and let's get that a little bit closer, and hopefully one or two people who perhaps have not even thought about Paphos will get on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because I'm promising you Paphos is a spectacality of a place indeed. You will not be disappointed. If you come here, you will have a fabulous holiday. Even if you come for 3 nights, like as I just said, Lord Lee and Lady Vicky, they're going to come for a quick weekend in November because they can't fit any more in. We go on holiday about 3 times a year, by the way. So there we go. That's a quick weekend away in Paphos. It's not that far from the UK or from Poland. Perhaps Anna, my superstar, the greatest lawyer in the world. You're only going to get on a big bird for about 3 or 4 hours. Obviously, there's 2 or 3 hours of monkeying around before you get on the big bird. So you've wasted a day. Yeah, you could come for a weekend, and I promise you, you're going to get views like this. Wait for it. I'm going to give you a view that is quite simply to die for. Look at that. That is the blue Mediterranean Sea, and this is Rikkos Beach, by the way. One of the most popular and one of the most famous beaches in the world, and it certainly is in downtown Kato Paphos. Imagine yourself sitting on that beach, looking out into the blue Mediterranean Sea. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to your company again very soon indeed. Now, let's get a big boy. Let's up. Got one here somewhere. There we go. We just found one, and now we're going to light it up. Yep, it's lit. It's going. Life doesn't get much better. I'm sitting in a big cat. It's air conditioned. I've got a big boy cigar, and I've got that view to die for. Thanks for watching.